Doo-doo. Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football for Dortmund against Paderborn, or Paderborn against Dortmund, as the game will be today. Hello and welcome. I caught myself out a little bit there, but I am live and that's the main thing. Right, let me have a just quick look here. Don't know what's going on there. But we are live. Okay, great. Let's have a look at the team news for you. I didn't expect it to go live then for some reason, and it sort of caught me out a little bit. I'm not trumping. I actually am sat on a cushion that squeaks against the leather in the hot weather, and that rhymes. So, let's have a look at the Borussia Dortmund team. We know that Jadon Sancho is starting, of course, which is fantastic news. Sancho does start, says Mr. Pepper and Ronan Barrett. Good. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in. So the Dortmund team, well, the Paderborn team, I don't know anything about. They are rooted to the bottom of the Bundesliga, so it should be a very straightforward win for Dortmund, although Paderborn are away from home. But the Dortmund side, Berkey in goal, Piszczek, Hummels, Akanji, Hakimi, Emre Can, Delaney, Guerrero, Sancho, Brandt and Torgan Hazard. So who will play down the middle is rather interesting because there is no Erling Haaland today. On the bench is Reina and Witsel and no place for Goetz. Oh no, Goetz is on the bench as well. So I don't know whether Sancho's going to play centrally or whether Hazard or Brandt will play as a false nine. We know that they'll play with three centre-backs being Piszczek, Hummels and Akanji. Hakimi as a right wing-back, Guerrero as a left wing-back, Can and Delaney will hold the midfield and it'll be Sancho, Brandt or Hazard who do their bits. In relation to that, Darren says we can't sync on the on Hot Mic at the moment. I will sort that out in a minute. I didn't know whether that was going to work or not, so I will get that working as well. If you want to download Hot Mic, I will talk to people about that in a moment as well. Pull that in. Okay. I will do that just before kick-off. Actually, that's probably the best thing to do. My God, if Saunaghes signs for United, it's the end of Pogba. Please, Pogba, sign a new contract. I'm begging you. I'll build a statue myself if Pogba signs, as I said. Yeah, some people are getting really worried about this Paul Pogba thing, aren't they? Which is interesting. This Saunaghes thing, which I just don't see it being a problem at all. To be honest with you, I don't think Saunaghes is going to leave, but. Look, maybe he's basically done a tweet saying in 3 days I'll announce my new club. But I just don't get that. In the modern day, I just do not get that. You're going to be miles behind BT again, says Jake Kerr. You tell you what, you're not even going to be on the stream again, Jake Kerr. Bye. And Hot Mike showing Dortmund versus Bayern. No, it isn't, mate. It's definitely not. It's showing Paderborn versus Borussia Dortmund on my thing. What time is kick-off, everyone? Says Matthew Delaney. We're kicking off in about 5 minutes. I've come to the party a little bit late on this today for a purpose reason. I was just doing FIFA and I'm very happy about that. But what I do need to do is I've just realised I'm wearing a black shirt and I've just realised it's going to be very hot wearing that black shirt during this game. I'm going to get sweaty. Somebody there says I think Paderborn are going to win. I've got a funny feeling that Dortmund might have a problem as well. And who do you want to win La Liga this year? Says Khalid Al Badr. At Real Madrid and Dortmund, I would probably go with Real Madrid and Barcelona. Sorry, I would probably have to go with Real Madrid and Barcelona. I probably still would go with Real Madrid, to be honest with you. Yeah. I probably would. Right, I'm just going to sync in for those people who are watching on Hot Mic and then I can explain everybody how that works. We ran a trial with it on the last stream and a lot of people quite enjoyed it. So we are going to be doing that again. We'll give it a go again. That's what we're going to do. So let's have a see how this is going to work. Let me just sync in. We'll give it a go again. Just wanna dance the night away with Senorita, who can say. So if you're on Hot Mic, I've just synced in now, so I can explain that to people as well. Just want to charge up my phone as well. I've got a couple of things ongoing here, but you're about to see my face again. Don't worry, it won't be gone for long. Da-da! I'm back. I'm back with another one of those block-brocking beats. And I don't know what's going on with my camera today as well. I'm not digging the lighting today much, to be honest with you. I might have to add a little bit in. A little bit lighter, a little bit darker. There we go. So yeah, I mean, look, for me, it's the first game of the German Bundesliga being back. Getting to watch Jadon Sancho. We got a lot of stick last time, so we'll be looking at how he goes today. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons for me to watch this game today. Jadon Sancho playing. It's going to show a bit of chest here because I'm getting a bit hot already. If you want to give Hot Mic a go, a lot of people did it last week. The way Hot Mic works is there's a link in the video description. It's free to download. It's on Apple and Android, so it doesn't matter whether you've got an iPhone or a normal phone. Download it, link in the video description, and make sure when you sign up you do the invite code MARK363. Once you're on the app, you'll see Goldbridge Watchalong for Dortmund against Paderborn. And then what you do is when you go in, there's a bit of crowd noise as background, which adds a little bit more atmosphere to it. But on top of that, there's also a button that you can press where you sync. Now, we tried it out last week and it worked rather well. Basically, whatever you're watching this match on, hold your once you're into my stream on Hot Mic, turn the audio to the TV that you're watching on, press sync, hold it up, it will sync in with your audio commentary, and then turn the audio off and my commentary will automatically be at exactly the right point that you're watching the game. So if Sancho scores a goal and I go Sancho, when you're watching it on there, I'll be saying it on there. There is also a comment section on Hot Mic as well, which we'll be referring to as well. So just give it a go. Give it a go. Links in the video description. Every button undone equals 1,000 more viewers, says Murray. I see what you mean. I'll see what you've done there, Murray. A very funny idea. I'm not gonna go any lower than that. But right, I've got the timer up on the screen as well for people who are watching on YouTube. So we're covered here. And I would rather listen to the commentary, says Jack Jones. I don't know what you're on about, Jack, but I've had enough of you. You can go as well. Mark, thoughts on Atalanta as a team? And Sean Lafferty says, I've been scammed. Why, what's happened to you? Sing Mambo number 5, says Christian. Well, the game's kicked off. And what are you drinking today, Dan11? I'm going to have a beer after this. Or during this. I've dressed in the wrong clothes. I've dressed in the wrong clothes here. I'm not happy. Mark, did you know that Barca have won 8 out of the last 11 La Liga titles? And they are leading now. I didn't, but I do now. Don't mean we don't try to get a striker next January. We try to get Haaland again, says Louise O'Donoghue. Yeah, Haaland's not available next summer, Louise. A lot of people seem to think that Haaland's available next summer, not this summer. He's not available for 2 summers. So that's what it's going to be happening with that. Am I good at DIY, says Tony. I'll let the live comments decide that. Do you think that I'm actually good at DIY? Because I'm not. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this stream in this shirt. I really don't. It's working, says Adam the Human in the live comments of the Hot Mic. And Anfield Road, thanks for your super chat on YouTube. He says, do you think the EFL will finish the championship season off or not? I don't really know what the latest is, to be honest with you on that one. And I presume so. They're all being tested and they're all training. Sean Lafferty, who's your Bundesliga team and why? Probably Dortmund now because of Sancho. I do like Leverkusen, but they've let us down a little bit. I'll be back in a minute. I can't wear this shirt. I'm going to absolutely cook live on air. It's so hot in the UK, and I thought I'd go for the black shirt, and it's idiotic. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to grab a t-shirt. I'm back. in blue, like Superman. That actually goes well with the set as well. I feel a lot better now. I was gonna absolutely cook doing it the other way, to be honest with you. And it's still 0-0 in the game, by the way. I'm just having a quick look here. Hazard seems to be playing down the middle, and Sancho seems to be playing off the left, which might panic some United fans, to be fair, because they'll be like, "Oh God, what does that mean?" But it doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that he plays off the left at all. He can play off the left. And that's a corner, and it's cleared. Sancho is not going to United, says Nathan Rowlands. Yeah, well, there you go. Tweet that out. Nathan Rowlands says that he's not going to Manchester United. I love Sancho, says Louise. And Mark, how are job opportunities in Ireland? I don't know. I don't live there, Rowan. I don't know. Is anyone from Ireland? What's the sector like there at the moment? I'm not watching no more Bundesliga, to be honest, because Bayern don't lose. What's happened to Haaland, Mark, says Origi on the on Hot Mic chat. Haaland's injured. Yeah, Bayern Munich are a little bit like Man City on my FIFA career mode, really. They just don't bloody lose. But the rest of it's quite interesting, I think. But be interesting to see how fit Sancho is today, whether there's an increase on what we saw on Tuesday. Score predictions for the Spurs game, says Extra E. Oh, it's a little bit too soon, isn't it? I think it's very hard to predict how that's going to go. And Nicholas Dresler says, I hope Saul gets in trouble. He's obviously not joining a football club. Jake Kerr, I'll just keep doing it, mate, because you're not getting read out. So I think the joke's gone, isn't it? Because I'm clearly not far behind, and it's boring. So I'm not reading you out anymore. So there you go. Do you think that Barca can win the Champions League? They've got Suarez and Ousmane Dembele back now, says Abdul. Is that a joke? Ousmane Dembele's crap. Like, he's always injured. That's perfect then, Mark. So when Rash is injured, we can play Sancho one side and James on the other, says Neil's Reef Aquarium. Well, that's interesting about Sancho. He is playing off the left today. He can play off the left, but he's a player that can play off the right as well. So I think for United, he will play off the right. For England, he plays off the right a lot as well. So, but United need to have that fluidity with the front three. He's on the ball at the moment, Sancho. Looks a little bit sharper. I mean, it's going to be good for him to get 90 minutes going here today. Nice switch of the play there. Of course, where's the number 7 for Dortmund? And you'd expect Dortmund to win here today, but Paderborn are, last time, I'm sure they're bottom of the Bundesliga as well. Salish says, your voice is on loudspeaker, so please don't swear, says Salish. Ooh, I won't swear, Salish. Zane Scope on Hot Mic says, Saul isn't coming, in my opinion. I think it's a total and utter red herring. I'm not buying into this sort of thing, and maybe it's because we do a lot of United transfer talk on the United stand and stuff. I mean, I only said 2 weeks ago Saul Niguez isn't signing for United, so it would be funny if he did sign, and he's a very good player. But who puts a tweet out saying in 3 days I'll announce my new club? He's clearly going to announce something to do with a sponsorship deal. It's nothing to do with going to a new club, because it would be absolutely disgusting to do that to Atletico Madrid, who have treated him very well over the years, to say, I'm going to announce my new club in 3 days. So yeah, I don't see that. And Nadim says, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that it's not a transfer. Well, there you go. And I think many of us could see that was the case anyway. Mark O'Carroll coming from your Goldbridge Goldies and not Fergie's, says Stephen Allen. Yeah, it was a cracking goal for O'Carroll today. I'm very happy for him on the old... It makes me want to do a Season 6, to be honest, because I've got some really good young players coming through. But I don't think I will do a Season 6. Anyway, we're 7 minutes into this game, and Dortmund's obviously having a lot of possession at the moment. If you want to be a guinea pig and trial out Hot Mic today, the link is in the video description. It's on Android and Apple. When you click the link and sign up, use the code MARK363 as an invite code. Then when you go in, you'll basically go straight to my watch along, which is Paderborn versus Dortmund. The way it works on Hot Mic is it's really good if you've ever been behind on my streams, because when you go into my stream on Hot Mic, press the sync button, hold your phone or Apple or iPad or whatever up to the commentary you're listening to, turn the audio on the commentary, press sync, and it will sync that commentary with my watch along, so that we're absolutely synced in perfectly. You also on Hot Mic get a bit of crowd noise in the background, so it adds a little bit more atmosphere. And there is a comment section there. So look, you might not long term stay on there. You might come back to YouTube, but it's worth just giving it a go, especially with all the football coming back, United games, etc. I'm going to be doing it all under one account, which is the That's Football account on Hot Mic. So any watch alongs I do, I will simultaneously do them on Hot Mic. So if you want to sync in, you can do that. And we've got people like Sripe. I can't read that one. Is it? Shripad says Hot Mic's better. And some people do enjoy it. It's worth giving it a go. Do you think we will get Werner? Says no context Mark G. No, not a chance now. No, not a chance in the world. United are going to keep Igalo, so we won't be buying a striker now. The Dortmund team I'll give you: Buki in goal, Hakimi right wing back, Guerrera left wing back, Akanji, Piszczek and Hummels as the three centre backs, Delaney and Emre Can as the holders, and then you've got a front three of Sancho on the left, Hazard, Torgan Hazard centrally, and Brandt sort of to the right. But they're interchanging a lot because actually Sancho's on the right-hand side at the moment. And actually, it's more like a front two. There's a lot of interchanging between those front three at the moment. Please subscribe if you're new on YouTube, by the way. I think we're trying to get up to 154,000. We're about 200 away. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner on YouTube. Paderborn are in here on the right-hand side. Get your shot off. Get your shot off. Ah, wide. Bit of a chance there. Was a chance, Tony Garner. Nearly 1-0, says Josh Law. What are we saying? I love Hot Mic, says Benjamin Hickman. Yeah, well, as I say, it's more of an experiment for when the Premier League games come back, but it's an opportunity for people to try it. So give it a go. Links in the video description. Make sure you use invite code MARK363 and it will take you straight through to where my watch along is for Paderborn versus Dortmund. Give us a follow on there and away you go. What do I think the score will be, MJT? I think Dortmund will win this 2 or 3-0, but I would like Bayern Munich are going to win the Bundesliga, so wanting Dortmund to win, yeah, I probably do because of Sancho, but ultimately I just want to see a good game of football. Thanks for the tip from Tony on Hot Mic. Mark, Hot Mic is better. If I go out of YouTube, it stops your feed. Yeah, that is an advantage, I suppose. I've got 180 viewers on the old Hot Mic at the moment as well, so thanks for everybody who's given it a go. Dortmund are into the box, Paderborn clear. You can definitely see a increase in the speed of the Bundesliga as well. What fixture are we on now? Is it fixture 4? So you can see an increase. I think the first couple of games, obviously, that it was a little bit different, but yeah, it's definitely a lot quicker now. I will be Nadeem. We probably will be using Hot Mic on the United stand watch-alongs as well. Yeah. So if you give us a follow, you've got the option then on the app, haven't you? And Kian Kerr says, "I love the sync button." Well, it just makes it a lot easier for you to sync in, doesn't it? As an Arsenal fan, do you think Arsenal will win the league next year? I see us as a potential favourite. Keep up the good work, says Harry Osman. Well, thanks for the super chat, Harry. I don't want to disillusion you and disappoint you. But if Arsenal win the league next season, I will do any legal forfeit you want me to do. You won't win it. I will, yeah. But Paderborn are doing quite well here. They're on the break again. That's the ball. Get it out wide. Approaching the box. Overlap. He's going to shoot himself. That's 2 shots he's had, and they've both been crap. He's doing high fives to everyone now, saying, yeah, let's keep up the work. Yeah, let's keep running past you. So you shoot from distance. Absolutely terrible shot. Absolutely terrible. Hakimi is Dortmund's most important player, says Hippodrome. How long is he there? How long is he there at Dortmund on loan? Is he back at the next of the season? What do I think of the weather, Nathan? I think it's fantastic. I'm loving the weather. I think it's great. I don't really go out in the sun that much because I think you've got to be careful in the sun. But it's nice just to be able to look out the window or see the weather's nice, isn't it? As Brits, stereotypically, as soon as there's a sniff of sun, we're out there getting burnt. But, yeah. Would I consider Delaney for Manchester United, says Andrew Shepherd? No, not really. Ehab asking about the Saunders story. Well, it's not a transfer, so we don't know what's behind it, to be honest. Let's have a look on Hot Mic. Somebody know some stream for this match, says Tonda. And now, let's have a look. Sorry, I've not moved it on. Do you think Man City will win the Champions League or someone like Bayern or Barca, says Darren? I've always said I think Man City are a threat for this Champions League. I think Liverpool and Man City were the two favourites because I think the Premier League's the best. I think Man City are the favourites for the Champions League. Sean Turner, I really want Pogba. I think a good swap deal would be Odegaard, Hakimi and Jovic, and we could put Hakimi right wing if Sancho is too much money. Thinking outside the box a bit there. JT Day 1 says City have got no chance of winning the Champions League. Well, who has then? Because I tell you what, and Bryce Jones says rest in peace George Floyd. I think everybody is on the same page with that one. Thanks for the contribution. And yeah, it's horrible what happened to that man, but it's also sad to see what is going on in America. And look, I hope that some unity, proper, United States of America, well, they're just the States of America at the moment because I don't see much united thinking between the people and the people in power. Nels Reef Aquarium. Mike, how about we sign Jude Bellingham and loan him to Dortmund for a year as part of the negotiations to land Sancho? I would do that. Arsenal career mode next, says Harry Osman. I wouldn't have thought so. And Liverpool are out of the Champions League. Yeah, so Liverpool were the team that I thought were favourites for the Champions League. They're out. I can't see a team that... I think Man City are favourites. Bayern Munich haven't really been at the top table of Champions League football for a few years. Barcelona and Real Madrid, I don't think they're that good. Real Madrid are about to get knocked out by Man City anyway, aren't they, in the second leg? So I can't see it coming from Spain. Juventus aren't good enough. PSG... I don't know, they always flatter to deceive as well. Nice ball into the box here. Good shot, good save, and it was into the channels for Torgan Hazard. He's into the box. It's a wide angle, but he gets his shot off. And that's the difference between Dortmund and Paderborn here. Paderborn have had a couple of half chances and they've missed the target. Torgan Hazard into the box here. The angle's ridiculously hard, but he connects well. Keeper has got his angles covered and it's saved. But Dortmund are back on the attack here. Sancho's in the box. Looking a little bit sharper, Sancho, I've got to say. Feeds it out to Delaney. And we're moving back again now. Cross comes in. They've cleared it. I am from the place where the murder happened, says Bryce Jones. And I quite frankly have never seen more unified community action in the USA. Media doesn't show the whole story. Well, that's good to hear. Everybody needs to be united, don't they? How's Sancho getting on, says Lloyd Howell. Yeah, he's doing quite well. Let me just sort something out here. It's been getting on my tits for quite some time. So 17 minutes in here. Paderborn have done okay, but obviously Dortmund look a lot more clinical when they get hold of the ball. DT, says Khalid, dreams of Hakimi joining Arsenal. DT dreams of winning the Carabao Cup. Arsenal aren't going to win anything, are they, anytime soon? I think Arsenal fans need to be patient. I think Arteta could be a good manager, but they've got to be patient. It's going to take him a long, long, long time. Who do I think will win the Europa League this season? That's from Stephen Morgan Galbraith. I think that Manchester United could win it. I think Bayer Leverkusen are a good side as well. But I did feel that United were going to win that. Our priority at United has got to be top 4 though. But I do feel that we could win it. Please share the video if you're watching on YouTube. There's a share button underneath. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. And subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get up to 154,000 subscribers today. Welcome if you are new. And got a lot of watch-alongs coming up. It's going to be a very, very busy time in the back end of June if the Premier League comes back. We've also got La Liga coming back. Serie A coming back. Obviously, I do my FIFA career mode every day, and we have been doing a few Bundesliga games, but I think as June kicks on from tomorrow, we're going to get a lot more matches to watch. So, yeah, looking forward to it. My plan at the moment is for the first week or so of the Premier League, I'm going to try and do watch-alongs for as many games as possible. Obviously, the priority will be United on the United stand, but, yeah, I'm pretty much interested in doing most games for the first week because I think that excitement will be there before it settles down a bit. Will I do Football Manager again? Says Ewan. I'm considering it. I am considering it, but it's just what platform to do it on. I can't really do it on this channel because this channel's for like FIFA and watch-alongs. So and I can't. Yeah, it's difficult. Sean Turner says Barca and Real are going into a slump like we've been in. Why would Pogba want to go to Madrid? Hazard has killed himself going to Madrid. Pogba stays, says Sean Turner. Well, he's killed his career going to Madrid, but. And Anup James says United can generate money by selling Dean Henderson to Chelsea. It will be an easy 50 million plus no point keeping him when De Gea and Romero are at the club. Yeah, but I don't think many fans would be happy with that, if I'm honest. Ronnie Johnson on Hot Mic says, what were your thoughts on Ford versus Ferrari? Absolutely loved it, mate. Really enjoyed it. Very good film. I would give it a recommendation. And Alex Cook says, I love the streams, Mark. Thank you very much. And David MC says, do you think Flex will be able to get into the stadium when season returns? I doubt it. I do doubt it. So with 20 minutes in here, still 0-0. And Paderborn have looked okay on the break against Dortmund. Dortmund having a lot of the ball. Missing that focal point of Erling Haaland, obviously, today, Dortmund. That ball over the top, whether to hold it on or run and spin and turn, is not on for them. So Dortmund are having to pass their way through to the back because of, they've got Hazard and Sancho. And although he's broke the lines here, Sancho, no, bad first touch. You see, it's just the sharpness that Sancho's suffering from at the moment. Yazza Said on YouTube with another super chat. Thank you. He says, Minnesota has been more united than ever before. Never been more proud to call Minnesota a home. It's time for a change. Enough is enough. There you go. I mean, what I don't get about America is everybody's, well, a lot of people are protesting. What is the situation with coronavirus? Have you got no lockdown then at all anymore? Or is people just more focused on what is a very important issue, which is what's happening there? Because in our country, we're about to lift restrictions and people are quite concerned about that. Newcastle takeover will not happen, says Jake H. And Tony Garner says they are in lockdown. And Nadeem says in Mauritius it's in lockdown. And Yeah Boy says the protests won't solve anything. And the Red Devil says lockdown is still in full act. People just can't control their emotions. Yeah, well, I'm not going to criticise them for that. I mean, look, what's happening in America is a lot bigger than, well, what's more important? Somebody's been murdered and then all the racial connotations and society connotations of that, or a virus that's, a worldwide pandemic. I mean, let's be honest, they're both horrible situations and we wish neither of them had happened. People make their choice, don't they? Bryce Jones, a disease that kills 1 to 3% of people doesn't compare to institutional racism and injustice, Mark. COVID can wait. Well, that's your opinion, Bryce, and I don't have any issue with that at all. It was a question that I asked. We haven't got this situation in England, thankfully. People are still down the beach, though, and people have, and we haven't had an innocent man murdered here. So, people do make their choice, don't they? Sancho won't be going to Manchester United anytime soon. Tony tipped us on Hot Mike. He says, shelter in place, Mark. Thanks for the tip there. And if Ollie wins the Europa League but does not finish top 4, would you still keep him? Says Sartex Zav on Hot Mike. Yeah, I mean, look, you'd have Champions League football. We kept Mourinho for that. Mourinho didn't finish in the top 4, did he? He won the Europa League and he got Champions League football. And, ultimately, you wouldn't sack a manager for not finishing in the top 4 if he got his Champions League football by winning the Europa League. I think the jury would still be out, but yeah, he would still keep his job, quite rightly. Hakimi on the right hand side here. He has kept it in, play on, but it's Paderborn's ball, and now it's Dortmund's ball again. Good pace to this game, hot day as well. I mean, that's something. You're gonna have fitness levels, heat as well. Chef, we've already sorted all the fan cams out. There will be fan cams for the United stand. You've sort of predicted how we'll do it, but that will happen. And Colin McAteer on Hot Mic says, hi Mark, love your content and I'm tuning in from Tipperary Island. How are you finding it on Hot Mic today, everybody? I'll give it a shout out in a minute. So basically, well, I'll do it now actually. Dortmund are on the attack though. Could be a break here. Nice little bit of skill by Chan. Feeds it out wide to Sancho. They're running at a back 3 here. Slips it in. Brandt, goal! Wide. Bloody hell. Guerrero, nearly 2 goals, 2 games there. Torgan Hazard's not very happy. Brandt, he's got to score from there, Guerrero. I don't know whether it looks like it might be a fantastic save. Or hits the foot of somebody. It's a corner anyway. A lot of jealousy towards United in the chat lately. We must be going in the right direction, says the Red Devil. Thanks for the super chat, pal. Corner comes in from Dortmund, headed away by Paderborn. Somper says that Liverpool are signing Werner. I think that you are. United definitely aren't now. And MLJ says, I love Hot Mike from Italy. Thanks, pal. Hot Mike is class, says Benjamin. Brandt on the edge of the box. Paderborn will clear. No, they won't. Dortmund have won it back in a good position. No, Paderborn have won it back again. Dortmund have won it back again. And he's given a free kick. And he's down injured as well. Daryl Billingham says, Mark, as you've got older, have your heroes for United got less and less? I'm not keen on any United player at the moment. Maybe Bruno after time. I just think as you get older, obviously, unfortunately, you become more mature. And the way that you see life changes, doesn't it? Because you become more experienced. And a lot of these footballers are actually younger than you. So it's hard to idolise players who are younger than you, I suppose, in some way. But no, I mean, I think Bruno's fantastic. Martial, I don't see it like that. I just think one thing I've become aware of when I'm older is that saying that never meet your heroes. I've met a lot of famous people, and a lot of them are just egotistical, live in a bubble, and don't treat people particularly well. But I think that's because they've got so many people around them that are just basically telling them they're great because they're hangers on and they want to be part of it, or they can make money off them. So when it comes to football, if the person who plays football is a nice person, it's a bonus. Ultimately, we know a lot of players, whether it's United or not, who are fantastic players, but off the pitch have done some pretty despicable things. I'm not saying illegal things, just morally quite despicable. And I've met some of them people, and they seem quite all right. But ultimately, they're a role model for what they do on the pitch. What they do off the pitch, as long as it's not illegal. I mean, why do they have to be the nicest person in the world as well? That's not real life, is it? Ashutosh says Rashford is both. I've never met Marcus Rashford, so I don't know. I mean, he does a lot of good charity work. He seems like a nice lad, but I've never met him, so I wouldn't want to put my hand on my heart and say Marcus Rashford's a brilliantly nice person, because you know what? It might just be great marketing. I don't know. And to be honest with you, I don't really care. I'm not going to say anything bad about the lad because I've never met him before. All I care about really is what he does on the pitch for United. If he's also a really nice lad when I meet him, great. Juan Mata's a brilliant guy off the pitch. Mark, where I live in the California was one of first countries to go on lockdown because of coronavirus, says Tony Bain. And Andrew Chow, looking at United vids, we seem to look really fit, likes of Lingy, Rashi, unlike chubby photos of Kane and Kevin De Bruyne. Will the Prem players be ready for the English heat? I think the heat's going to be a big thing. It is actually going to get cooler in the UK from Wednesday, but back end of June, which is when the football is meant to be coming back, we're meant to be having another hotter than normal period. So heat will be big. Yeah. Right, I'm going to talk to you about Hot Mike for a moment. So, kicked my bloody light off again. I tell you what, I really do annoy myself with my clumsy bloody feet. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Just got to get my light. It's basically, I have a light behind my laptop, and it is precariously placed. And if I whack the chair in front of me, it knocks the light off. Done it again. Bloody done it again. I'll break it one of these days. What a prat. What a prat. Anyway, I've got that back now. Still 0-0 in this game. Dortmund on the attack here, but then every time I say Dortmund are on the attack, they lose the ball. They lose the ball. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about Hot Mike, I think. Brandt, yeah, we'll talk to you about it. Head it back. Keeper's got it. So Hot Mike, link in the video description. It is an app that you can use on your Android phone or your Apple phone or an iPad or whatever, or a notepad or whatever you want to call it. It's an app. So basically what you do is you can download it on Apple or iPhone or Android or whatever. Links in the video description. Make sure you use the code MARK363. I think that is the sign up, not the sign up code. The invite code is MARK363. It's important that you use that when you trial it because it would then send you through to where my Paderborn versus Dortmund stream is. Give me a follow, which is Goldbridge, that's football. Just give us a follow. And then you'll go into my watch along, which will be very similar to YouTube, but you'll also hear a bit of crowd noise behind it because they add a little bit of crowd noise. But the big thing about it is that it does have a live comment, which I can see on the screen as well. But when you go into my watch along and you can hear me, when you see me, there's a sync button. Mute me for a minute, turn the audio on to whatever you're watching it on, whether BT Sports, BN. Turn your audio on there, press your sync button, and it will sync the audio of the match you're watching, will sync in with the audio of the watch along, turn their audio off, and then when a goal goes in, I will actually be perfect for it. So that's how it works. So give it a go. Links in the video description. We've got a few more guinea pigs trying it out today, which is great. And let us know what you think when you're on there, because we have got a live comments on Hot Mike as well. Loving Hot Mike, says MLJ. Darren's loving it as well. Colin McAteer says Fernandes or De Bruyne. And Joe says if Lingard is better than De Bruyne, leave a like on his comment. Yeah, you can interact with people's comments as well. You can give them thumbs up, fire, smiley face as well, which is something you can't do on YouTube as well. So give it a go. And Krista says sync only works for England. No, it was working on Norwegian streams and everything, so it should work on most streams. And who do you like most, Bruno or Sancho, says Nadine? Well, Bruno's at United at the moment, isn't he? Amir says Saunagers, yes or no? Well, he's not signing for United if that's what you want the answer for. That's his tweet is not about signing for United. Hot Mark, says Polar Juggler. This is the second time we've had a Hot Mic experiment, and it's the first time someone's done what I thought they would do. Hot Mark. Harris King, how's Seb? He's good. He's on a bike ride at the moment. He's feeling a lot better. Guerrero into Brandt. And Paderborn win it back again. On the break, Paderborn have been quite good. It's not. It's not. There's not been a goal. It's just idiots in the live comments that will be gone, like Sean at 79. They seem to think that they're a minute ahead of me, even though I'm watching it on a cable stream, which is pretty much bang on. So it's not 1-0. It's 0-0, and Paderborn are on the attack. So there we go. They will get banned. Don't worry, Sonia. Tony's tipped us. No fans, but singing in the stadium. Yeah, it's. That's the hot mic atmosphere. I don't think it's a crowd that's actually at that game. Just add something to it. Sartak on hot mic says, Mark, I think we should keep Lingard and Pereira if they're happy to sit on the bench. But where do they sit on the bench, Sartak? This is the problem. Red Flyer OK says, clear racism, Mark. Stop fence sitting on BLM. Mate, you're blocked. Piss off. I've spoken about this twice. I've tweeted about it. I find that really offensive. I've had my say on this. There's no element of fence sitting from me. That's just antagonisingly inflammatory to throw those sort of comments against somebody like myself or anybody when I haven't done that thing. I think that's disgusting. You may as well just call me a racist as well, because that's just disgusting to say that. Sebastian James, it's worse than being called a nonce, because that is just not true. Mark, and neither's the nonce thing as well. Mark, what have you been watching on Netflix lately? Says Sebastian James. White Lines. I've just finished White Lines. I thought it was quite good. Sancho needs to hold his position. We're mainly buying him for the right wing, says JD Broker. Yeah, but no, he doesn't, because what he does for Dortmund is what he does for Dortmund. Dortmund's manager hasn't got to put him on the right wing, because that's where he's going to play for Manchester United next season. Dortmund need to use him where they need to use him, and he has played off the left quite a lot. Alex, try it out. I don't know depends what you're watching it on, mate. Just try and sync it. See what happens. Alex Cook says, would you rather keep Lingard or Pereira? I really don't I don't see a future for either of them, to be honest. Corner for Dortmund here. Still 0-0. You've got to give Paderborn a little bit of credit here. Corner's going to come in from Torgan Hazard. Amir says, how is Sancho doing? I'm not watching. I don't think he's doing any worse than any player on the pitch, really. He does still look a little bit off the pace, but I think Dortmund miss Haaland today. They miss that focal point of a striker. Sancho and Brandt and Hazard are trying, they're basically three creators with no striker. And a striker, false nine can work, but it's a specialist position, a striker. The runs you make, the hold-up play, the occupying of the centre-backs, that's not something that Sancho and Brandt and Torgan Hazard are really there to do. So in some ways, they're trying to score the perfect goal. They're trying to sort of find their way through with flair, and they can't just ping that more direct ball into Haaland to hold up with his strength. Vatsil says, I didn't expect Paderborn to be this organised. Well, I think, you look at a league that you don't really know a lot about, and you think Dortmund are playing the team that's bottom of the league, but Norwich are bottom of the league, aren't they? And you would expect United or a Chelsea or a Leicester, who are third in the league, to go and beat Norwich, but it wouldn't terribly shock you if they drew. So maybe it's the same in the Bundesliga. Paderborn are bottom, but they're more than capable of picking up a point. They're doing quite well at the moment. Good tackle. 37 minutes. Here's Sancho. It's not Sancho, actually. It's Hazard. So there is an interchangeability between the front three, because Sancho's playing the central role at the moment. And actually, Sancho and Hazard are basically playing as a front two and swapping around a lot, because Brandt's playing just in behind them. They're effectively playing a a back three, 2 wing backs, 2 holding midfielders. Brandt's playing centrally, and then Sancho and Hazard are occupying the front 2 positions and interchanging a lot. But there's a lot of interchangeability. And as I said, this is it. There's so much changing around between Brandt and Sancho and Hazard that they don't have that number 9 who's just stood there through the middle. Here's Hakimi. Cross comes in. Good cross. No number 9 to get on the end of it. Goes out for a throw-in. Owen says, what are your thoughts on Julian Brandt? I don't think he's any better than a Bruno or a Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's any better than that. Welcome to everyone on Hot Mic. We've got 208 people. Please give us a follow on there. I don't know how it works when you sign up, but give That's Football a follow. It's just by doing the plus sign. I think that's meant to work when you sign up, but where you sign up. But if you want to give Hot Mic a go, links in the video description. It's on Apple and Android, and use the invite code Mark363. Give That's Football a follow, and you'll see the stream that we're doing, and you can sync your audio in, get a bit of crowd noise, bit of the comments as well. Dortmund final ball's just missing again, which was the problem on Tuesday night against Bayern Munich, wasn't it? That final ball was just missing. Ginger Ninja says, what's your favourite movie genre? I like sort of real stories, really. I'm not really a big fan of sort of PG, or I want something that's a bit real. Thrillers and crime stories, etc. Although I am going to watch In-Betweeners, the movie, tonight. The first one, where it's set in, well, they say it's Greece, but it's actually filmed in Mallorca. Good summer film, light-hearted, bit of a laugh. When are they going to announce Agallo's extension, says Yazine? I imagine it will be done in the morning or tonight. Why is Lingard and Pereira bad players, says Ajmel? Don't know. Paderborn on the attack here. Switches it out to the left. Attack the box. Better shots, but still over the bar. I really enjoyed Ford versus Ferrari, Lauren. Really did. Let me have a sip of water. Patrick says he's just tuned in. How's the game? I think it's been an intriguing game. I think that Dortmund just lack that focal point. I think if Erling Haaland had been playing, there's a couple of crosses that have gone into the box that he would be attacking. This is high-end football, though, isn't it? You play in a position on purpose, and they haven't got a number 9. So here is Sancho. I think Sancho's looked a bit better today in this 90 minutes. This is why I wanted him to play, really, because it will do him good to get some game time. But I don't follow Dortmund enough to know, who's the backup for Erling Haaland? Where is the striker when Haaland wasn't there? They only signed him in bloody October, in January. Who plays up front for them? They haven't announced, Cameron, yet what games will be playing when. Of course, no Dawood playing for Dortmund today. I think he might have an injury as well. So approaching half time here, and Dortmund have the ball. I think this is one of those games where if Dortmund score, it'll open the game up, because Paderborn will have to stop playing like a sponge, basically. They're sitting deep and hitting on the break. It reminds me of a Poundland version of Man United versus Man City, really. Dortmund being Man City, the team that play the ball and want the ball but don't really have a striker. Obviously, they do have a striker in Aguero, but it'd be like City playing without a striker and having to play with a false 9. And then Paderborn United defending very well and looking to hit on the break. Here's Chan. Terrible ball. But if you are Jadon Sancho, your mentality to stay at Dortmund must not be that motivated, because you know that you're always going to be up against it with Bayern Munich. Here is Sancho. Trying to do it all. I need too much there. Trying to do too much. Dortmund still have the ball though. Here's Brandt. Gives the ball away a lot, Brandt, as well. He does do some good stuff, but he does give the ball away a lot. Darren says Goetz is a centre forward, so he can play like Haaland. But he bloody well can't. He's about half the size for a start. He's not as quick. Marco Royce, says James Egan on Hot Mic. Where's Marco Royce? Where do you think Marco Royce is, everybody? On the treatment table, where he always is. Guerrero, Sancho, Chan. That's 3 points for rugby. Well over the bar. Terrible shot. Good bit of play between Guerrero. Sancho lays it off. And, wow, that's a terrible shot. Terrible. Mane says that Ghost is leaving this summer, so they don't play him, and Royce is injured. I'm surprised that they don't have a striker. Al Cesar is obviously at Villarreal, says Arstic Wolf. But Haaland only joined in January, didn't he? So Jack Jennings says that Paderborn have defended well, to be honest. Do you like Father Ted, says Colin McAteer. I do. Yes, I do. Dortmund against Hertha Berlin next Saturday. Probably do that as a watch along as well. Good bit of play here. Oh, go on. Go on, Piaszczek. Square it. Oh, yes, this has got to be a goal. Terrible. Absolutely terrible by Brandt. Lovely play down the right-hand side from Piaszczek. He squares it across. They've got so many players. They've got Hazard, Sancho. And Sancho lets it run. Brandt, terrible. He's tried to finesse it and it's just terrible. Not even over the bar. Just miles over and wide. Terrible. Taxi for Brandt, says Sally Devil Red 7. Definitely. Awful. Awful. Really poor. Next watch along this week, Leverkusen versus Bayern, says Andrew Chow. Well, it is half time, so let me just stop the clock on the YouTube timer. Stop. Okay, I'll have a look at that in a minute. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new on YouTube. We're trying to get up to, I'm going to tell you now, we're trying to get up to 154,000 today, so I'll tell you what we're on. Let's have a quick look. Half time here, 0-0. Dortmund really should be leading. That chance for Brandt at the end was good. Emre Can just before that. So we're 200 subscribers away from 154,000. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. And share the video if you have already subscribed. So interesting half. I think Sancho's done okay on a Sancho watch. He's growing into the game. Obviously, I think the last couple of weeks he's looked very unfit and rusty. Looks a little bit better today, and I think hopefully he'll get better and better. So good to see that from Sancho. And remember, I said this anyway. Did I want to be watching the Bundesliga when the whole world's watching the Bundesliga and Sancho's scoring hat-trick after hat-trick after hat-trick? What I would like to see is Sancho just gets gradually better. And by the time the Premier League comes back, he suddenly starts playing, but nobody's really watching because they're watching the Premier League. And then we sign him for a decent price. Mark, with Sancho, when he comes to United, every touch will be scrutinised. It will be interesting to see how he handles it. Everyone loves him at the moment, says Mr. A. Well, expectations of any signing need to be a little bit low. I mean, with Bruno, my expectations were very high. I expected him to come in and do well, and he did do well. But I think with a player like Sancho, he's a lot younger. So yeah, I think you've got to give him a bit of time. If he comes in, you've got to be a bit careful, haven't you? I'm just looking at the fixtures for the week ahead. The Austrian Bundesliga is back as well. The Portuguese Primeira Liga is back on Wednesday as well. I didn't know that. Porto are playing on Wednesday. Thursday, Benfica are playing as well. So football is starting to come back. Freiburg against Mönchengladbach play on Friday. On Saturday, Leverkusen against Bayern Munich is at 2:30. So yeah, I probably will do that game as a watch along. That looks like a good one. You're right. The Greek Super League is back as well. And then on Sunday, we've got Austrian Bundesliga, their Danish Super League. So it's all starting to come back, isn't it? All starting to come back. So yeah, Bayer Leverkusen against Bayern Munich could be a good game next Saturday afternoon. Look forward to that. And thoughts on Hakim Ziyech? Hakim Ziyech, says Zach Evans. Good player. Ajax, gone to Chelsea. Good player, good signing for them. Thoughts on Ndidi to Chelsea if Jorginho leaves, says Mr. Pepper. Be a fantastic player for Chelsea, Ndidi. I think Ndidi would be the sort of player that might win in the league if they went and got him. I think he's a really good player. Faisal's talking about the Saul Niguez tweet. I wouldn't wonder about that too much. And Cameron, yes, we will on Hot Mic. And what will be the first La Liga watch-along, Mark, says Andrew Chow. I don't know what the fixtures are. I don't know when they're back. So, is the Bundesliga back next weekend? I thought it was. I don't know what the fixtures are for it. So if anybody knows that, let us know. Do I think that Rooney will manage United one day, says Josh on Hot Mic. Never say never. Never say never. You just don't know. Are you going to do Portuguese watch-along, says Martin Carrere. I would only do that if Benfica were going to play FC Porto or Sporting Lisbon. Those three. They're the only I would do, really. Would you like Richarlison at United, says I am Sofa King. I think he'd be a good player for United. I'd take him over Agallo. I'm not happy that we're keeping Agallo till January. I like Agallo, but I think that's just... I'm going to talk about it at the United stand at 8 o'clock, actually, so I'm not going to get into that one too much. First team on iPlayer, I'll give that a write down. Thanks for that. I thought it was out on Thursday and I forgot to watch it, so I will definitely give that a watch. Thank you very much. Right, I'm just going to give a shout out to Hot Mic because it's half time and I want people to give it a go because I'm humming and ahhing about whether we're going to use it going forward when the Premier League comes ahead. So it's link in the video description. You can get it on your Apple, you can get it on your Android, you can get it on your iPads. It's an app, and the way the app works is when you download it, you can go into That's Football. We're doing a watch along on there. Give us a follow, go to the watch along, and you will see me like you see on YouTube, but you'll hear a bit of crowd noise in the background. You'll see a live comment section which we've got 186 people watching at the moment and chatting away. But also what you can do is, and this is going to be useful if you're always behind my stream, is that when you go in and see me on the screen, you'll see a sync button. If you hold that iPad or notepad or phone up to the TV or stream that you're watching and you turn the audio on to the stream that you're watching and you press sync, it will sync in exactly with me talking and the commentary that you're watching. So when a goal goes in on the screen, I'll be talking about that goal on your screen. So the sync button technology is fantastic. Links in the video description. Give it a download. Give it a try in the second half. The invite code, because it'll say if you've got an invite code, is Mark363. Follow That's Football. Find it, watch it, see what you think. Hi Mark, now we see how important it is to have a typical striker up front. Dortmund are missing Haaland today. What position on the table do you think we should aim for next season? I said that in the first half. I think you're absolutely spot on, and thanks for the super chat. I think you're absolutely spot on. I think that Dortmund really are missing a striker, and I've never been a big fan of false nines. I'm not a big fan of false nines. I think that you occupy a centre-back pairing with a striker that is going to push them back, is going to be physical, is going to run the channels, is going to be in and around the box. And if you're a creator like Hazard and Brandt and Sancho, nobody's making that run into the box. And Hakimi put a very good cross in, and it looked like a bad cross, but it was a great cross, just nobody's making the run. Bundesliga is so bad, says Sean Turner. Bayern wouldn't come top 3 in the Prem. Watching Dortmund here, they're so poor, I think we could beat them. I think we could today, because their finishing has been poor. But yeah, Champions League will be back in August, Max 226. If you are watching on Hot Mic, please give us a follow, but also get in the comments and tell me what you think about how it's going. Krista, you've gone. I want to read yours. He says, the upside with Hot Mic is that you can have it in the background on the phone without the stream stopping like on YouTube. There you go. When's the next FIFA tournament, says Colin McAteer? I think it's coming up on the 10th of June. And Jake Buckley says, everyone give Hot Mic a go. It's quality when you try it. Thank you for that. Loving the stream, says Emmanuel. I'm actually reading the comments on Hot Mic at the moment. And Sancho needs to improve, says Khaled. Loving the stream, says Emmanuel. Hot Mic is amazing, says Vinny Rowley. See, it's getting a lot of good feedback. Give it a go. Link in the video description. Mark363 invite code. Get onto the That's Football stream. Give us a follow. and give it a go. Please explain rock singer Chainblinger. What is it? Says Shawshank Redemption. I don't know. Someone in the live comments can do that. Mark, realistically, how many points do you think it will get? We will get in the next 9 games, says Uzma. I'm presumably talking about Manchester United. MLJ says Hot Mike is the future. Just got it. It's handy, says Scary Bicky. And Mark, do you rate Bergwijn as a better player than Pepe? Says Deja Vu. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, just chuck me into the old Liverpool versus Arsenal thing. I do rate Bergwijn. I probably haven't seen enough of him. Darth Vader says that Hot Mic is perfect. I've synced it in from India here. Brilliant. That's good to know. And also, can I just say that I hadn't probably explained that well, because somebody was just saying there, what's the sync thing? So if you're watching it on BT Sports or BN Sports or whatever you have in your country, when you hold your phone or iPad or notepad up to it, press sync with the audio onto the game that you're watching and it will sync in automatically with ours, so it's perfectly streamless. Do you think Sancho will become better than Ollie? Or better under Ollie, says Callis. Well, I don't know. I think the one thing that's sort of there with Manchester United fans is how good is Solskjaer as a coach. We want him to be great. And CG says the audio is a lot clearer on Hot Mic. I don't know why that is. It's going through the same microphone. Guerrera is a quality wing back, says Mr. Pepper. I do like Guerrera. And would you accept Jovic, Odegaard and Hakimi for Pogba? Jovic, Odegaard and Hakimi for Pogba, says Ian. I mean, look, I'm listening to you, Ian. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but Pogba for Hakimi, Odegaard and Jovic, I think I would do that, because I know that's not a deal that Real Madrid would want to do. So, yeah. And Martin says Saul's not coming, it's for an esports team, which I think was absolutely obvious, to be honest with you. I would not fall into that trap again about that. Does Gomez's deal run out today, says Bon Jovi? No, it's the end of June. And do you really think that Sancho is better than Adama Traore? I don't think Sancho is better than him in terms of ability, says Keith Andrews. Oh, Keith, I think you're having a laugh. I think you've had a right nightmare there. I really do. I think you've had a bad one there. Have I watched The Damned United, says Patrick Conway? I have. I think it's probably one of the best football films I've seen, to be honest. It's an absolute cracker. And yeah, I have seen it. So, are Dortmund going to find a goal in the second half? I hope so. I hope so, but Paderborn at the moment don't deserve to be losing, really. They're at bottom of the league and they've fought really hard. They've been well organised. Obviously, the quality of Dortmund has come through. You would expect that. But I think they've done rather well so far. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that they don't deserve to be drawing. I mean, Dortmund have had the better chances, but there you go. John Smith, in that case, I'll put you out your misery. I'll just block you from the channel. It's all right. Thanks for letting me know, though, but it's just easy to do. It's easier for everybody, isn't it? Vincenzo says, love your content, Mark. Thank you, Vincenzo. I love the name, by the way. Really do. And do you like the fake noise in the stadium, says Darshan Yu. People don't know about that. Let me just... because people will be like, what are you on about? What are you on about? Because people will be like, what are you on about? What are you on about? People don't know. Because people will be like, what are you on about? What are you on about? So, on Hot Mic, there's a bit of crowd noise in the background. I don't know what people think about the crowd noise. When will we see the new United Stand studio, says Sartak? Well, we're in lockdown at the moment, so we can't use it. Thanks to Roy for sharing it on Hot Mic. There is a share button on Hot Mic actually for the 207 people who are trying it out. Please do give it a share. There's a share button. Try it out. I don't know how well the share button works, but you can share it on Twitter and Facebook, so that's great. And if you're feeling a bit left out on YouTube, share the video. We're trying to get up to 154,000 subscribers today, so thanks for that. Nathan Medhurst, thanks for the super chat on YouTube. He says, why are the subs spaced out and have masks on when they've all been tested so there are no risks anyway? You know what I think what this is, Nathan, and I think the Premier League will do it as well, and I'm not complaining about it. I think it's a good idea. I think basically what it is, it's almost like a governmental, what do they call it? Education of the public, isn't it? Because they don't need to be sat apart. They've all trained together. They're all going on the pitch together. But I think it's just getting into people's mindset that, you know, I should be wearing a mask. I should be 2 meters apart, because there's no reason for it other than that. The Sevilla derby is up first in La Liga, Mark, says Robert Moore. I'm going to have a look at that because I don't know when La Liga's back. La Liga fixtures. La Liga fixtures. Okay, here we go. No, they've not. So here we go. The top flight will resume on the 11th of June, which is a Wednesday, isn't it? And got 11 fixtures. The first match sees Sevilla face local rivals Real Betis before Real Madrid and Barcelona resume their campaigns against Eibar and Real Mallorca respectively over the following days. With 110 fixtures remaining, there will be matches every day so the season can finish by the 19th of July. Games will be played behind closed doors. Kick-off times are set to be later than usual to avoid the hottest parts of the day as the season extends into the summer. Okay, so midweek, not next weekend, midweek after that. Players are out on the pitch. Hopefully they're going to kick off in a minute. Where do I see Arsenal and United in 5 years, says Kartik. Good question. Wish I knew the answer. Hope Manchester United will be back on top, but there you go. Here we go. Here's one for the live comments across Hot Mic and YouTube. Hot Mic is good, says Zach. And then Sargent says, Hakimi is better than Alphonso Davies. Davies is just Dan James at left back. Samin says, do you prefer Hot Mic or YouTube? For me, it doesn't make any difference because I've got 2 live comments and I just go between the 2. It's offering people another way of... I really noticed it when we did the first Bundesliga watch-along that we had some people who were like 2 minutes behind, 30 seconds behind, 10 seconds behind. And what I like about Hot Mic is that syncing technology that you can just hold up your phone to whatever commentary you've got on, press sync, syncs in with me, you mute your audio, and then when a goal goes in, it's going in on your screen and it does all that for you. So I like that. Have you seen Geordie Shore, says Sebastian James? I have seen it when I've been passing through to go into the bathroom and the wife's had it on. I think it would irritate me beyond belief. We're just about to kick off the second half. What's your top 5 TV series? Said somebody there. I'll come back to that in a minute. That's from Red Devil, by the way. Right, will we get a shock then? We could see a shock here. Paderborn could get over the line and get a result. Or will Dortmund actually get their shooting boots on? Final score predictions, says Scott Morris. I'm going to go Dortmund to win 2-0. What's everyone going to go for in the comments? Let me know. And I'll read some of them out. Ref's not on the pitch at the moment. Okay, well, while the ref's not on the pitch, I'll just give it a shout out again. Hot Mic, give it a try. If you're watching on the live comments on YouTube, try out Hot Mic. It's on Apple and iPhone. It works on. It's an app, so it'll work on iPads, etc. Free to download. The invite code is Mark363. Once you've signed up, go to That's Football, follow it. You'll see Paderborn against Dortmund. I'll be there like I am on YouTube. There's a comment section like there is on YouTube, but there's crowd noise to give it a bit more atmosphere. And the big thing is the syncing technology. So turn the audio on to whatever your commentary is. hold your iPad or phone up there, press sync, it will sync in when it's listening to it for a few seconds, mute your audio on the game that you're watching, and my watch along will be in perfect sync with what you're watching, so that when a goal goes in, it goes in. So give it a try. We're sort of toying with the idea as to whether we're going to use it for the Premier League games, you see. So more people try it and see what they think about it, the better. But we've kicked off, and you should have your timer up on YouTube as well, which is great. We're not talking about Saul Niguez anymore. Saul Niguez deal done. I think you're an absolute idiot if you think that Saul Niguez is leaving Manchester to come to Manchester United. Saul Niguez put a tweet out earlier saying, 3 days and I'll announce my new club. I said it at the time, and anyone with a brain said it at the time. This is no way him announcing he's leaving Atletico Madrid for many reasons. One, it's up to Atletico Madrid if he leaves, because he's got a £150 million release clause and nobody is paying that. Two, if a deal had been agreed for him to go, there's no way Atletico Madrid would allow it to be allowed before the season's over. And three, he's not leaving. So I think it's another one of these ill-advised marketing things that footballers, players do sometimes. I think, won't it be really funny to say that I'm going to join a new club, and then it's going to be an esports club or Tesco club card like Alvin Block said, or something like that. You end up pissing off your own fans and fans of football who would like you at their club, and then you go, oh yeah, it's just not funny. So it's like Griezmann did it a couple of years ago, didn't he? Where am I going to go? Oh, I'm going to stay where I am. It's just not funny. And as Jacob says, Fabrizio Romano's already said it's not transfer related, which I think is obvious that it isn't anyway, but there you go. Right, let's have a look what people are saying. Hot mic is good, Mark, says Zach. Thanks for that. Give your feedback if you're on the super chat. We've got 216 people trying out Hot mic at the moment, because I can see by the live viewers on there. So thanks to everybody who's done that. With no fans in the stadium, do you think that make home away irrelevant, says Bon Jovi. Well, I think in this game, Paderborn are doing better in this game than they would do if it was at Dortmund and Dortmund had fans. Are they doing as well as they could do if they had fans, because they're the home team? Well, maybe they could do a little bit better. But I think it's I think this has been a leveller. No fans has been a leveller that's sort of helped Paderborn. Whereas if this was at Dortmund and they had all their fans, I think they'd be really under the cosh. Do you think the United stand influenced the Bruno signing? Because the community was really pushing for Bruno. I did not hear the hype around him besides the United stand, says Ajmal Cosman. If I said to you that the United stand community influenced United to go and sign Bruno Fernandes, that would sound ridiculous. It even sounds ridiculous to me. So I'm not going to say that. But there was a lot of noise around Bruno Fernandes on the United stand for a very long time. And United, throughout that time last summer, denied they were even in for him. All I would say is what I said at the time. I knew United were in for him. So United can deny it all they like. I knew they were in for him. I don't think we influenced anything. Paderborn! Ooh, cross coming in across the face of the goal. Two men going for one ball. I think if you're a little bit braver there, you're not bottom of the league. It's a lovely cross. You've got to slide in for that. Cross across the face of the goal. And I just think that's a team who's at the bottom of the league, not anticipating danger. They could have scored there. Danny Marsh is laughing, yeah, because Ed Woodward watches the United stand. Mate, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised what gets said on the United stand, and then you get emails dropping in your inbox. Not from Ed Woodward. Not saying it's from Ed Woodward, but you would be surprised. And tweets and stuff like that. You would be very surprised. We've done... I can't say too much. Dortmund are going to lose 2-1. Oh, good chance again. Good save by the keeper. Hakimi that time saves it with his foot. At least he gets it on target. It's a good save by the keeper there with his foot. Sancho's playing good, says BK24. What? BK2415? Sounds like a stormtrooper name. And a header over the bar. From Hummels. They've gone up a gear here, Dortmund, in this second half. They mean business. Hakimi should have scored. Good save by the keeper. And from the resulting cross, Hummels gets up, glancing header, and it lands on top of the net. Dortmund's shown a little bit more urgency in this second half. Sartak on Hot Mic says, do you think the players watch United stand? Mate, all I would say to you this is, because if I say yes, people will be like, oh, prove it, or oh, you're so arrogant. Let's take Arsenal Fan TV as an example, right? And I know for a fact a lot of Arsenal players watch Arsenal Fan TV, because I've seen the direct messages between people who are players for Arsenal and on Arsenal Fan TV. So they definitely watch it. But what I would say is this. I'm not going to say anything about the United stand because it's unfair. But what I would say about Arsenal Fan TV is they are the biggest Arsenal fan outlet, right? If you were a footballer for Arsenal and you're doing well or you're doing badly, you've got a lot of spare time. Are you just going to not watch Arsenal Fan TV where you've got Arsenal fans vocally talking about the club and you? Are you going to not watch it? Even though you might be that person who says, I don't read any of the papers. But I'll tell you what, if I was a professional footballer and the club that I played for had a massive fan channel where people are very vocal and opinionated, I'd watch it. And I'd probably enjoy watching it. I wouldn't enjoy it if I was like Arsenal's Mustafi or something like that. Good play by Dortmund here. Cross comes in. Goal! Oh, my life! How's he missed that, Hazard? Brilliant bit of play from Dortmund. Hakimi with the cross. They built it really well through the midfield. Brandt puts it out wide to Hakimi. It's an excellent cross. Torgan Hazard's got to finish, and he misses it. He's about level with the front post when he gives that little sideway pass, and it goes past the far post. Great chance, and it's not a goal. You feel that Haaland would score that, but Dortmund have definitely gone up a gear in this first 6 minutes of the half, and some really good build-up play from Dortmund there, carving them open, but it stays 0-0. And it wasn't Hakimi who crossed it, actually. It was Jadon Sancho. Apologies for that. It's because they're on the far side of the pitch and it's quite sunny over there. And Sancho's not been playing off the right as much. But that makes it even better. It was a fantastic cross. Thanks, Amir, for letting me know that. And Andrew on Hot Mic says, Sancho should have had 3 assists by now. Who's going to win the Champions League? Says Callan Armstrong. Thanks for the super chat. Get in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to win the Champions League. I think Man City are going to win it, which I think is absolutely disgraceful if they're going to get a ban. Another cross coming in from Dortmund here. There's a real intensity to the way that they're playing at the moment. Dortmund, Sancho, Paderborn have got to get rid of the ball here and have a bit of a breathing space because they are absolutely under the cosh. And they've won a throw in there. Yeah, so I'll finish what I started. So if you're a footballer, pretend you are for a moment, you play for Arsenal and you've had a good game or a bad game and you've got the weekend off after the match, are you just going to spend the time playing FIFA and watching Netflix? You might do. Or you might wander onto AFTV and watch it. Will you admit you watch it? No. The club don't want you to be doing that. The manager doesn't want to know you're doing that. But I'll tell you, I know for a fact there's a lot of Arsenal players that watch AFTV. So, the United Stand is the biggest Manchester United fan channel. It is. Whether people like that or not, it is. Do you think every single Manchester United fan, player, doesn't watch the biggest Manchester United fan channel where they're talking about them a lot? They do watch it, of course they do. Mark, Bayern are the best team in Europe by far, says Joshua Harper. Cut back, goal! Yes, that's it, 1-0. Torgan Hazard, they finally put the ball in the back of the net. It's a mistake, really, by the keeper. Emre Can, I mean, I don't know whether it is a mistake by the keeper, really. Emre Can's at the byline, he cuts it back. The keeper gets an arm on it, but it just lands perfectly for Torgan Hazard to pass it in. It's good play by Can. Keeper's got to do better. The cross comes in, and he's sort of got 2 hands on it, but he's sort of palmed it out to Torgan Hazard. He's got to put it into a less dangerous area there. He's basically palming it across the face of his goal. And it's a mistake by the keeper, who had just made a very good save from Hakimi. But it's 1-0 to Dortmund. Finally, they've got over the line. And it is 1-0. I've just realised I'm going to have to change the score, and I ain't even ready. I will sort it out. But 1-0 to Dortmund, everybody. And it's a tap-in for Torgan Hazard. And they've broken the deadlock, which I think they've really struggled to do in that first half. Not clinical enough. Probably not moved the ball quick enough. And they've missed that attacking threat of Erling Haaland. But they've got that goal now. And I think Paderborn could play till next Wednesday. 2021 and not score a goal. So they should be home and hosed and dry now, but we'll see. I don't know if anybody can let us know in the live comments of either Hot Mic or That's Football how long Erling Haaland's out for. And also, I don't want to be ultra exclusive to him. I actually think that Dawood's a very good player. I don't know how long he's out for as well. So if anybody knows those things, please do let us know. I think we'd all appreciate knowing that. There we go. Right, I'm just going to change the score. So we got a goal. I think it was coming. We've only had 10 minutes of the second half, but a very good start to the second half by Dortmund. They've clearly been told to up it in the second half, and they've definitely gone and done that. So well done to those. Haaland's back for the next game, says Louis. So it's only a little bit of a knock. Or he could be out for 2 weeks, says Corey Dickinson. Thank you. A few days, says Mad. A couple of weeks, says Mason Greenwood's Dynamite. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 232, 233. Any more? 233 people watching on Hot Mic. Thanks everyone who's trying it out. Links in the video description. Do give it a go if you want to. It's on Apple and Android. It's an app. It's a similar way to watching watch-alongs as you can with YouTube. It's got its own live comments, which I've been reading out from as well. It's got a bit of crowd noise in the background. And if you do give it a go, links in the video description. Use the invite code Mark363, which will take you through to That's Football. Give it a follow. Join the watch-along. And if you are watching it on BT or BN or whatever like that, when you're in there and you can see me, you'll see a sync button. Hold it up, turn the audio on to whatever you're watching, press sync, and it will sync my watch-along stream perfectly in with your match there. So that when you turn the commentary off and a goal goes in, like it could do now for Brandt, it's 2-0, it's Jadon Sancho, and that should be synced in perfectly if you're on Hot Mic. 2-0, Jadon Sancho. Justice for George Floyd. Big message from Jadon Sancho. He had that ready, and that is 2-0 to Dortmund, and that will please a lot of people. Sancho with the goal. And I'm going to just put a tweet out of that. And a big message. Big message to do something like that. Sports, that's not politics, people. That's a strong message about something. I think he might be getting booked for it, but took his shirt off, so he'll get booked for that. But 2-0, and Sancho gets the goal. An easy tap in. I haven't really watched it back yet, but it was a similar sort of goal to the first goal in a way. Cut back across, and Sancho's there just to tap it in. The more people who stand up and have a voice against this sort of thing, the more I see it. 2-0. And I predicted 2-0. I think it's going to be a lot more than that. I said at half-time I think it'll be 2-0. I think it's going to be a lot more. But look, we want to see goals, and it's good to see Jadon Sancho scoring. And the Dortmund press has just killed. I think fitness is coming into this now as well, isn't it? The Paderborn are just, they know they're not coming back from this now, so their hearts will be sinking a little bit. And they've just not played well this second half, and Dortmund have just gone, bang, we're going to go and win this game. And they have. Richie Sai says, can you shout out the Man United fans in Barbados? I can. There you go. Get the number 7 shirts ready, says Shripad. And it is not too much trouble. Could you carry on doing this for the Premier League, Sandra? Oh yeah, this is what we do. Before lockdown, we used to do watch-alongs for the Premier League. So we were doing it, definitely. Which is hence why we're trying out the Hot Mic thing. It was Brandt with the assist. I've just seen it back there. An easy tap in for Sancho. I would have scored that. But 2-0. Class act, says Freddie Mercury by Jadon Sancho as well. Free kick for Dortmund here. You get, yeah. Jamie Crichton's right. Look, I think a lot of people, that's a disgrace that Sancho is booked for a strong message, says Darren. It's not for that, it's for taking your shirt off. I don't think the referee's got any, well, he has got leeway, but it's not booking him for the message. That would make the referee look like he's some sort of, yeah, the referee don't want that. He's booking him because it's a yellow card offence to take your shirt off, and could have been 3 there. Ethan says he had to be booked. The ref probably didn't want to, but rules are rules. United must buy Sancho, says Bryce Jones. Well, you can't buy him off a tap-in. We should be buying him because he's a brilliant talent. He's looked a lot better today, and I think that's because he's looked a lot fitter today. And I said this after the game last week. A lot of people were giving Sancho a load of crap, and nice little ball here for Paderborn. But look at the yellow players getting back. They've got all the pace. It's Sancho getting back as well. Just looks a lot more up for it, Sancho, today. A lot quicker, a lot fitter, a lot more focused. And this is what I said last week. Anyone who was knocking him last week, they don't watch him, because what we've seen the last couple of weeks in the cameos of Sancho is not Jadon Sancho. What we're seeing today is still not Jadon Sancho. It's just getting back to being that player. Although no one understood, we were holding back the flood. La 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 la. Yes, I am doing United Stand at 8 o'clock tonight. I've got Ricky, I've got Saeed, and I've got Adam on the show. We will be having a very big discussion about Agallo and whether it's a good or bad deal for Manchester United to be keeping him until January. My opinion is no, it's not. Offside. Paderborn, they've scored a goal, but it's offside. He stood in an offside position. There is even a Paderborn player celebrating this, and I could see it was offside from England. It's miles offside. Nice little finish, if you can get it. But have you noticed as soon as United are linked to a player or sign a player, they're suddenly bang average, says Callie and Armstrong. I don't know what you're talking about. Werner wasn't bang average last week, and Sancho isn't either. Thanks everyone who's watching across YouTube and on Hot Mic. We've got 230 people on Hot Mic, and we've got 2,800 people on YouTube, which means 3,000 in total. So thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you're new on the on YouTube, and if you're on Hot Mic, make sure you're giving us a follow there. Give it a try if you want to on YouTube. Links in the video description. Use the Mark 363 invite code and you'll work your way through. Bit of a mistake here by Bookie again, but Dortmund put it out for a throw-in. Paderborn having a bit of a go here, making it a little bit more exciting. Here's a question for everybody from Fernaldo. He says, if you could sign one player who we haven't been linked to, who would it be? And it doesn't matter. Just put your club next to it. Chelsea, United, whatever. If I could sign one player for United that we haven't been linked to, it's almost impossible because United get linked to every player. I bet if I said a player, free kick here on the edge of the box for Paderborn. Mbappe. Well, I think you're fair. I don't think we have been linked to him. Kimmich is another good one, Abdul. Impossible, says Andy Barnes. Well, I think Mbappe and Kimmich are fair. We've not been linked to those, really, this summer. Let's talk about this summer. Mark, just my personal opinion, but you'd be crazy not to use Hot Mic for the Premier League. So many times I've muted Sky and YouTube has been behind on my iPad, says Neil's Reef Aquarium. Well, there you go. Maybe we will try it. Hot Mic is the app that you can use if you're ever behind me. It syncs in with your TV, so it works quite well that way. Yeah, I think Ndidi we have been linked to. Havertz we've been linked to. We've definitely been linked to Ndidi. So yeah, Ed Gilbert's tipped us on Hot Mic. Can we have a bit of Mambo number 5? Says Ed. I don't really feel in the mood. 1, 2. No, I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood, Ed. I don't like to fake it. I like to be real. So free kick for Paderborn here. Into the wall. Misses the follow up. Keeper's got it. Tonali. I would like Tonali. Fockett. Fockett's the name of a player who plays in Belgium, actually. Couple of substitutions here for Paderborn. What are my top 5 TV series? Oh, God. People are going to have to help me with this. I did really enjoy Game of Thrones. I just think the last series just destroyed it, didn't it? I mean, there's some brilliant Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was such an enjoyable series. And they ruined it with the last one. But I still like it. I suppose The Office is a TV series. I like The American Office. That's good. People are going to have to help me out with that one, I think. Line of Duty is good. Only Fools and Horses, definitely. Ali, yeah, definitely. Shaw or Guerrero, says Darshan Yu. I think Guerrero's probably one of the better left backs in the world, isn't he? He'd be there with Alphonso Davies and Andy Robertson for me. So I really like Luke Shaw and I like Brandon Williams. I don't want a new left back, but you know there are players that are better than them. So Paderborn looking like they're going to get relegated, doesn't it? I've never watched Better Call Saul. Never watched it. Flex OG says The Wire. Never watched it. Space Force, says Nick. Never seen it. Sopranos. Watched about 5 episodes and stopped watching it. Peaky Blinders is good. Andrew, yeah. Dortmund on the attack here. It's a Guerrero. Is Guerrero Portuguese? Have I got that right? Just trying to think what national team he plays for. I think he is Portuguese, isn't he? Aguero says health and fitness, James. Don't know what the relevance of that is. Space Force is awful, apparently. I'm watching the In-Betweeners movie tonight, Joel. I like to watch it in the summer because it's a summer themed thing and I think it's a nice hot day today. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch the In-Betweeners movie tonight. Guerrero is actually Spanish, says Gideon. Okay. By the order of the Peaky Blinders. That was a terrible accent. Tommy! I'm normally better than that. Do you bet, says Andrew. I've got to be honest, I haven't done it for a while. He is Portuguese. I thought he was Portuguese. He's French-Portuguese. I knew I'd seen him playing for Portugal. Thank you, everybody, in the live comments. So 2-0 in this game at the moment. I think Dortmund had just an electric first 15 minutes to this half, and it's basically took the game away from Paderborn. And I think Dortmund now are in that position where they are letting Paderborn have a go and looking to pick them off. Witzel's come on now for Delaney. Emre Can's played well this game. I mean, talking about your favourite players, I think Hakimi and Guerrero have been great again. Brandt's had a better second half. Ooh, Emre Can nearly scored there. But if you think about Emre Can, he's done that. This is why, controversial as it was, United were linked to Emre Can. And some United fans were like, I don't want him because he played for Liverpool. And I was like, he's still mid-20s. He can get forward. He can hold the midfield. And if you look at Emre Can's performance today, he's played in front of the defence. He's had loads of the ball. He got the assist on the first goal, driving into the box. I think he's a decent player. And I think he's... I mean, look, he's obviously happy to go to Dortmund and he's enjoying his time at Dortmund, but I think he's a good player. I think he would have been a good signing for United, but he obviously said he wouldn't come because he played for Liverpool, which I actually respect. Paderborn on the attack here, down the left-hand side. Got a 3v3. Doesn't really seem to know what to do, but he's played a decent ball there. Get it out your feet and have a shot. Oh, what a block. Emre Can. He's given a penalty. Bloody hell, penalty. I think this is harsh. When you think about the game last week, this is disgusting. That's not a penalty. How can he give a penalty for that and then he didn't give a penalty against Boateng last week? I'm outraged. He's basically diving in with his arm in and it hits his hand like that. And he's going to book him. How can that be a penalty? And then last week, Haaland's shot's going in. Boateng's arm stops it going in. And it's a bloody corner. Like, madness. The Bundesliga's crazy. Absolutely crazy. How is that a penalty? That is not a penalty. It's not even looking at it on VAR. That is a shocking decision. That is a bad decision, to be honest. He's got his arm in like that. It's going to hit his body. I think it's a joke of a penalty. But what really annoys me is that they didn't give the penalty last week for Bundesliga for Dortmund against Bayern, which clearly was a penalty. Anyway, from a game perspective, it makes it look good. And he scored it. It's 2-1. Paderborn score. 2-1. I'm going to have to put a tweet out about this. Absolute joke. Dodgy league, I think, with dodgy officials. I just don't get it. I really don't get that. But it's 2-1. It sets the game up interestingly, but we watched that, didn't we, on Tuesday night? Dortmund against Bayern. Bayern win it 1-0. Haaland has a shot. It's going in. Boateng's supporting hand stops it going in. No penalty. Chan puts his arm into his body and a shot hits him. Penalty. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. Really poor. Inconsistency. I mean, look, Dortmund will still win this game, but I couldn't believe that decision on Tuesday night, and I can't believe... I think it's come back again. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. There just seems to be a really big bias towards Bayern Munich that I never really realised that they had. I don't know. I don't watch it enough to know whether that's the case, but just seems to be. Any Paderborn players you'd like at United, says Hans. No. Goal! 3-1. Jadon Sancho. Boom, boom, boom. Mambo number 5. A little bit of Monaco. No, I'm not really going to do it. But Sancho scores a better goal than his first goal there. 2 goals for Sancho. And it's job done. He won't take his shirt off again because he'll get sent off. Cut back from Torgan Hazard, and that's a good goal. Cross comes in from Hazard, takes a touch, and keeper can't get his hand on it. Finishes it with his left foot. Yeah, it's good skills from Sancho. 2 touches with his right, shoots with his left, showing his dexterity as a footballer there. How he can use both feet. Looks a lot better this week. Looks like the old Jadon Sancho, doesn't he? Change in a week has been really easy to see. Got to change the score again here. I don't mind. 2 goals for Sancho. He's back. I actually don't think he's been amazing today. I think he's been a lot better than last week, but I don't panic about when he has a bad game because I know what a good player is. I think he can play a lot better than this. Just don't think he's fit yet. So we've had 4 goals in the second half. We can't complain. We can't complain, people. 2 goals for Sancho as well. There we go. 3-1. 3-1, 3-1. 19 goals and 18 assists in all competitions, says Jacob Riff. Fantastic. Oh, that's a cruncher of a tackle by Hummels, and he gets a yellow card for it. Yeah, it is a yellow card. It's a scissor tackle. It's not a bad scissor tackle. It's never a red card, but it's definitely a yellow card. Haaland's injured, Adnan. I think he's going to be back for the next game next week. Vishnu says, how do you think India has handled the pandemic? I don't know, mate. I don't really know. It's hard to keep track of what other countries are doing now because everybody's got it. Oh, Paderborn! Good block. Volley on the edge of the box. Akanji blocks it out. Where's that Paderborn player going there? It looked like he was attacking the wrong goal. Terrible pass back to his own goalkeeper. Didn't even have any pressure behind him. And he's sprinting up the pitch to play a crap pass to his goalkeeper. Comical. Odd. Rainer says that Alphonso Davies and Leon Goretzka are the true stars in the Bundesliga. I bet you're a Bayern fan. Matthew Delaney saying Sancho's the best right winger in the world. If Dortmund win and Aalborg game is under 4.5 goals, then I will win £100, says Coffin Dancers. There you go. And I have a weird feeling Lingard will play a big role in the rest of the season, says John Ashbridge. He has got good natural fitness, so that might be the case. You've got to try Pro Evo, says Harish. Hey, it was a good FIFA stream today. If you've not seen it on this channel, go and check it out afterwards. It was a good FIFA stream today. That Atletico Madrid game is tough, though. Tough to take that, but yeah, looking forward to that tomorrow. Second leg. Jizreal says that Rashford is the best left winger in the world. If not for Bruno, who would you want Brandt at Man United, says Daniel Luciano. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think if we didn't have a Bruno and we were still playing Lingard and Pereira and Mata, I would look at someone like Brandt and say he'd be perfect. But we don't need Brandt because we've got Bruno. So we've got that attacking midfielder. It's the same with Havertz. You can't play them both. So we've got Bruno. I'm very happy with Bruno. I think Bruno's going to be one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. So, oh, Guerrero's good. He's very good. He's very good. Oh, my back's hurting a bit. Might have to stand up a bit here. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Rita by my side. Oh dear. Still can't see how that was a penalty. Thought VAR was meant to be good in Europe. Shocking, says Lee Taylor. They didn't even seem to have a look at it. So I don't know. I don't know what went wrong on there, to be honest with you. But it definitely wasn't a penalty. Rainer says the quality of football and refereeing is embarrassing in the Bundesliga. I think you're right there. I think the Oh, God, my phone's playing up here. I think I've sorted it, lads, on Hot Mic. Thanks for that. Thanks for letting me know. Jake Buckley says, the bias towards Bayern is actually embarrassing. And I'd take Daoud at United as Don Snaps. Oh, fucking hell. About 10 minutes to go here. Please subscribe if you're new on the YouTube channel, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. And Mark, it's the same in Spain with Real Madrid. An ex-referee admitted it a few weeks ago. Yeah, you know, we go on about our referees in the Premier League, but ultimately, I think it's not as bad as what I've seen in the Bundesliga. I thought that was a shocking penalty against Emre Can, to be honest with you. I don't think Thorgan Hazard would be coming to United, Vedant, to be honest. But I think he'd be a good player for the Premier League. A few things going on here. Sometimes you're working when you're working, if you know what I mean. The way the refs league favoured Bayern gives me some vibes, says Southpaw of Sports. Shout out to you. You helped me finish my final early for my teacher certification so I can watch your afternoon show, says Daniel Luciano. Thank you. Similar to the Scottish Premier League, Celtic is the Bayern version, says Lee Tyler. I just find it really poor that was not a penalty for Dortmund last week when the ball was actually going to go in the back of the net from Haaland's shot. And then I thought there was a different interpretation of handball in Germany. And then you see a softest penalty like that. We have got some bad referees in the UK, though. I can't say that. Hi Mark, have you seen Scott Brown tweets? Looks like he'll join the club. He said new deal coming soon on Instagram. Very happy to see him joining United. My favourite person, Exat? I don't know about that. And anyone can look decent against Norwich, mate, says Robert Moore. Could be another goal here. And it is! Hakimi, 4-1. To Dortmund. They've absolutely put Paderborn to the sword in this second half. Can you do a quick description of Sancho goal? Sorry, says Sancho Luciano. Tap in on the first one from across from Brandt, and then the second one, cross comes into him, edge of the box, touch with his right foot, blasts it in with his left foot. The second goal is definitely better than the first goal. But Hakimi makes it 4-1 here. Dortmund are just running wild against a very tired Paderborn side. Comes to Hakimi on the edge of the box, just inside the box, one touch and just drives it low. He's a quality player. And Lee Taylor says, "Are we 100% sure that VAR is actually on?" We can never be 100% sure when we don't know the answer. To be honest, I don't know. I thought VAR would be on in the Bundesliga. I mean, why would it not be on? I presume it's going to be on in the Premier League when it comes back. So we've had 5 goals in the second half, none in the first half. It's funny how it works out, but I think yet again we've seen a situation where tiredness and fitness has made the difference, because I think Paderborn second half have just looked very tired, and I think Dortmund have looked very, very focused. So good performance from them. Daily Smith says VAR is on, but it's a sham, which means it's terrible. Vandy Clandy says Tractor League, Dortmund stat padding. Zane Scope needs one more goal. Hakimi for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, says Hans on Hot Mic. No, obviously I'm not going to swap Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a fantastic right back for us. I think Hakimi going forward is almost, it's Hakimi or Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a fantastic player. But they're both very good attacking right backs. I'm very happy with Wan-Bissaka, thanks. Ninja Smurf United says Hot Mic for the Premier League is a must. Remember to give Hot Mic a try. Link in the video description. Download it free on Apple, Android, or any app tablet that you've got. Use the invite code Mark363. Follow That's Football, and you'll be set up then for the next stream that we do to try it out. But thanks everyone who has tried it out today. We've had like about 230 people trying it out, which is fantastic. Thanks for doing that. Callian Armstrong says, what is Hot Mic? So basically it's an app where it's the same as YouTube. You get me talking, you get a live comment section, you get a bit of crowd noise in the background for a bit of atmosphere. But basically it's got this sync button where whatever you're watching the game on, turn the audio on to what you're watching, press the sync button, it will sync in that audio into the app, turn the audio off, and you'll be synced in with my watch along. So when a goal goes in, like we might be about to see here now, it will be on the app for you. And it will, you'll be perfectly synced in. It helps those people who are a little bit behind me on streams. Andrew Chow, Guardian newspaper, have just reported that health officials make plea to government to not ease lockdown. I'm worried about this maybe not bringing the Premier League at all. I know. I think we might have eased things a bit soon, but we'll see. Only takes a couple of footballers to get it, doesn't it? The transfer condition United won't compromise is age. Even nationality and experience comes after. Focus now is talent and longevity, says Shaw Tank Redemption. Thoughts on that? Oh, we'll see. We'll see if that's still the case. Because if we go for anybody over 27, then obviously not. Who scored the fourth goal, says Mork. It was Hakimi. Can you give Lewis Adamson a shout out, please? Says Andrew. Yes, I can. And we have got another goal. It's 5-1. I was looking at the live comments. It is 5-1. They've absolutely battered them second half, haven't they, to be honest? Absolutely destroyed. I don't even know. Who's the goal scorer for this? Schmeiser. Axel Witsel with the cross across the face of the goal. And he bundles it home. Sancho hat-trick. It's not a Sancho hat-trick. Schmeiser gets the goal. Smeltzer. And Edward says that it's nice to see Schmelzer doing well again. And he got an assist as well. Tiger's right. He did. He got the assist on the Hakimi goal. So he's come on, he's got a goal and assist. He'll be very happy with that. 5-1 to Dortmund. We're nearly at the end of the game now. How's Sancho played, Mark? Says your mum. I'd give Sancho an 8 out of 10 today. I think he's, his first goal was easy. His second goal was well taken. I don't think he's been the best player on the pitch for Dortmund again, but I think he's been a lot better than last week, and I think he's played well, so I'll give him an 8 out of 10. My man of the match would probably be either Hakimi again or Emre Can again. I think those two players were just almost perfect performances from them two, but there's been a few good performances from Dortmund today. And And ultimately, the result has ended up being what everyone predicted it to be, 5-1. It could be 6. It should be 6. Here is Sancho. Will he be selfish? He will. It's 6-1. And that goal there from Sancho is like my goals on FIFA career mode, the way he took that. I knew he wasn't going to pass it to Hazard. And Hazard's probably a little bit disappointed that he didn't pass it to him. But Sancho hat-trick. And you know what? He's probably just knocked himself up to man of the match there, hasn't he? Yeah, lovely little finish. Opens his body up, finds the bottom corner. He's obviously been watching my FIFA career mode because that's how I finish when I've got Sancho running through on goal like that. To be honest, I know it's FIFA, but that reminded me a lot of the goals I've scored with Sancho this season. For anyone who's been watching my FIFA career mode, so 3 goals for Sancho, a hat trick, and everybody who said he was overrated and crap have been sat back down a bit today, haven't they? 6-1 to Dortmund, a perfect performance from Jadon Sancho, and he's really made them pay, says the FIFA house. And look, does that make it harder for Manchester United to sign Jadon Sancho? I don't know. I mean, he's a quality player. People are going to be interested in him. I don't think it helps United signing him, actually, when he goes and gets hat-tricks in games like that, because it just shows his quality, which we already knew was there. One positive, the clarity of communication on the pitch. Can't wait for the banter and trash talk between players and with officials when the Premier League resumes, says D. Bouge. Thanks for the super chat, by the way, on that one. Sancho value increases. And Connor says, I like Sancho, but it's Paderborn. Yeah, look, but Torgan Hazard hasn't scored a hat-trick, has he? So, you know, you can only play the team that you're playing. I don't think it helps Man United, to be honest with you, because I think ultimately he's just gone and scored a hat-trick when the world's watching. So, you know, Man United's problem signing Sancho is going to be the value. We know that. It will be the value of what we've got to pay for him. And his value is probably not skyrocketed, but they're going to still say that. Thanks everyone on Hot Mic. Mikey Walker saying thanks. Ninja Smurf saying Woodward, pull your pen out your ass and sign the lad. Imi121 says I love the fact that you can get rid of the background noise on Hot Mic. As long as it's not against Bayern, we should be okay, says Don Snaps. Thoughts on Poulsen for Manchester United? How good is he? Says Daniel Luciano. I think he's a decent sort of tall striker. Something a little bit different. But look, it's over. Sancho looks a lot sharper, a lot fitter than he did last week. He got himself a hat-trick. He'll be pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. United need that sort of player. Talking of which, we're live on the United Stand at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm just about to set the stream up. So join us on the United Stand at 8 o'clock if you want to talk more about Sancho and Ighalo and United. And thanks everyone for watching the watch-along. I think our next watch-along is going to be Bayern Munich against Leverkusen next Saturday afternoon. But I'll be back tomorrow with FIFA on this channel as well. Thanks everyone who's tried out Hot Mic. Links in the video description. Invite code is Mark363 if you want to try that out. And I'll speak to you all soon. 8 o'clock on the United Stand. Speak to you in a bit.